Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a movie review for a movie called Bruno, starring Sacha Cohen Baron. Now, I remember the first time I saw Borat at my friend's house. My friend's mom was always asking me, is it okay if you see this movie about a dozen times? And what I wasn't expecting when I saw Borat was one of the funniest movies I've seen in a really long time. I've never seen comedy where they were fooling the people. And the first time I saw it, I didn't even know that the people weren't in on it. I mean, to me, it just seemed so well acted, but then I found out that it was actually a prank. Either way, I really liked the movie. And now, Sacha Cohen Baron is back with Bruno. And does lightning strike twice? Luckily, it does. Bruno is a hit. It is very funny and is similar to Borat, but a little bit different, but I'll talk about that later. My expectations when going in the theater were actually being kind of nervous because I ended up having to see that movie with my mom and one of my friends. But the part that made me nervous was my mom. I knew that Borat was really racial and said a lot of really racist stuff, and I knew Bruno was going to do the same, and I was afraid my mom was going to really freak out. Luckily, it wasn't that racial, but there was a lot of sexy nude, sex nude stuff that made me cringe in fear of my mom after the movie. Luckily, she found it an okay movie. She didn't think it was good or bad, but it turned out to be hilarious. Me and my friend were laughing like crazy. A lot of the audience members were laughing. A couple of them were even clapping at really funny parts, which is basically a sign of it's a good movie. But also there are some people saying the movie sucked. You kind of need to be in the right mood to watch these movies, and have to be a fan of Borat, or kind of reality humor like this. And after the movie, when we were in the car, my mom told me a lot of stuff about different Bruno stuff, and she also told me that Bruno, Sacha Cohen Baron, is the Woody Allen of our day. Now, I don't know who Woody Allen is. My mom told me that he was just a comedian, basically just Cohen Baron, which means okay with me. And I really liked the movie, and I would give it an 8.5. I really recommend seeing this movie. I don't recommend taking little kids to this movie, but bring a couple of your good friends because you're going to love the movie. Now, if you don't want to hear me talk about the differences and similarities with Borat and Bruno, then just exit the video. But keep watching if you want to hear what I have to say about it. Now, Borat and Bruno are obviously the same kind of comedy, same star. But what's different about it is Borat really nobody saw Borat coming. And it was a surprise when they saw this strange guy from Kazakhstan going around and harassing everyone. Nobody expected it. But the thing about Bruno is now everyone knows who Cohen Baron is. So they're obviously going to be like, oh, that's Cohen Baron. Luckily, that doesn't really seem like it. But Bruno isn't as racial and racy as Borat, like I said before. But there's a lot more sex and nudity this time around, although most of it is blocked with a censor. There's a lot more of those little black boxes than there was in Borat. It's Borat had 1, and then Bruno had 5. Either way, it just added to the comedy. So that is my review for Bruno. I totally recommend you see it. Goodbye.